Last season we took home both domestic cups and finished third to guarantee Champions League football again, and now all eyes are on Chelsea for Season 2. Hey, welcome back, Respect the Jeff here, and today we finally kick off Season 2 of this Chelsea career. This is an action-packed episode, a busy preseason, new signings, and an early chance at silverware mean you won't want to miss a minute. But first up, we have some exciting preseason matches to take on, so let's take a quick look at those highlights. Well, no time for easy fixtures here. We take on Barcelona first in preseason, and apologies for the lack of game audio in this episode. It's an issue with my audio drivers. I'll try to get it fixed for next time around. But preseason was all about testing our fringe players to see who has what it takes to join with the first team this upcoming season. Batshuayi among those who impressed on loan last season, and he's given an early chance here to impress for Chelsea. But the standout performer for us was actually a defender. Ethan Ampadu had an absolutely outstanding game against some top-class players in this Barcelona team. You can see him making that block and an important interception. But the first breakthrough of the game comes as Christian Pulisic sets up Batshuayi off the post, and then Conor Gallagher slams in an outstanding overhead kick into the back of the net. He's back from loan and impressing already in preseason. This sky is the limit for this young man, and Conor Gallagher is making a stake here for a spot this season in the Chelsea starting team. And there you have it. Second goal for Conor Gallagher, set up by Batshuayi. I guess technically an assist for the header off the crossbar earlier too. Batshuayi has not looked bad at all. Barcelona pull one back through a Paul Pogba header, but the game ends 2-1. Chelsea 3 points and a lot of great talking points. Conor Gallagher and Ethan Ampadu among those who impressed majorly, and we move on. Next game up, it's Atletico Bilbao, and the talking point here was actually the goalkeeper, ball over the top, and then once again Onana beaten at the near post. That is one of the single worst saves I have ever seen attempted in FIFA. Dives over the ball, and Onana's horrible run of form continues. We're giving him a run out here in preseason, but he is not making the most of it, and it looks like Mendy will be our number one going into this season again. Azizi Salem, the young Egyptian out of our academy, impressing again. He's so skillful on the ball. Obviously a lot still to work on, but he is a bright talent for the future. Ethan Ampadu looking solid in this game as well. Some great tackles, and he looks rock solid on defense. Ball over the top here, and again though, Onana beaten. A little less egregious than the first one. That's more on the defense than anything, but again, he has to be at least getting a hand to that one. Onana taken off at halftime, Mendy on. We just have to cut our losses here. He's so low on confidence. I think he just needs a break out of the team here. We don't want things to get even worse in this game. Tammy Abraham now setting up Mason Mount, who pulls one back for Chelsea. 2-1, but that's how the game finished. Ampadu still looking bright, and Onana some serious concerns for our goalkeeper. Coming into the third game here against Wellington Phoenix, and Chelsea ran riot in this one. Werner unselfish to Pulisic, who's finally back from injury and starting to perform at the level we know he can again. Timo Werner giving him a little confidence boost there with the easy tap-in goal, but it's a goal that will be welcome for the Chelsea forward. Reece James getting that ball after Ethan Ampadu with another outstanding tackle. He has looked so good in preseason. Could he stick around with the team for this upcoming year? Timo Werner gets one himself now, and then Azizi Salem coming on. I really rate this youngster here, but Ethan Ampadu again stealing the show, wins the ball back, so composed on the ball, picks out the right pass for Conor Gallagher, who finds the run of Salem. First time ball in behind, and Timo Werner for a second. Everyone getting touches of the ball. Salem gets an assist, but that's all down to Ethan Ampadu and his hard work in that back line. Timo Werner, it is just too easy against a team of this caliber. He gets a hat trick, and he's making some really convincing performances up top. And now Tammy Abraham, feeling a little bit of pressure with his spot under threat, scores a goal as well to make it 5 for Chelsea. But we're not done yet. Ziyech with an outrageous pass finds Salem, who scores his first goal for Chelsea. The future's bright for this guy, and he is looking good in preseason already. So many talking points for our youth here. I think Ampadu, Gallagher, Salem have all looked great, and things go from bad to worse for Wellington. 7 goals, Timo Werner hat trick, and a lot of great talking points for Chelsea. Good performances, and now we move on. Next up, it's the quarterfinals of this preseason tournament in Chelsea, starting to put out more of what looks like a final starting 11 here, although Valencia get the first goal, 1-0 over Chelsea. And a little bit of pressure here, but Declan Rice makes the starting 11 with Conte still out injured. He's going to be our holding defensive midfielder, and he sets off Kai Havertz, who's through on goal using his pace, but a fantastic last-minute challenge from the Valencia center back. Sees that one, not successfully converted for Chelsea. Next up, it's Ziyech off the post, and the other so so unlucky here. We're playing well, but have nothing to show for it yet. Ethan Ampadu all the way out there to cover, and he continues his outrageous form in preseason. Well, watch out, Fikayo Tomori. We might have another third choice center back on our hands here. Kai Havertz converts one for Chelsea to pull it back 1-1, and then playmaking out of that number 9 position finds Pulisic, and it's saved by the goalkeeper. I do not know how that stayed out. Chelsea keep up the pressure here, and Ziyech finally finds a way through Havertz with a little bit of a half chance, outrageous finish, and now Havertz and pressing up top. We have so many good strikers in this team, and Chelsea see themselves through. And now we're off to the final game of preseason. Well, now a real test for the team as we take on PSG in the final game of preseason. It was a truly tough match for us. Declan Rice standing up to Neymar, who gets the better of him with some dribbling there, early yellow card, and a chance in behind for Neymar. Mendy makes the easy save though, doesn't trouble the goalkeeper too much. And Chelsea looking for that ball over the top. Havertz playing up top again, and Ziyech looking to find him, playing out of that attacking midfield role. The two of them usually linking up so well. And the first real chance though comes in the second half here. Mendy out to grab it, and that easily could have been a goal for PSG had things gone differently. Ziyech with a really beautiful turn here, looking to release someone, everyone afraid to close him down, and he's just waiting for the run, finds Pulisic on the right hand side. Can he put a good ball in? Yes, cutting it back, and Ziyech blocked again. Neither team with any clear-cut chance on the ball. 80 minutes played now, and PSG lobbing one into the box. Grimaldo with the chance, and he's just offsides. It's been a pretty solid stalemate so far, but Chelsea get the first goal of the game off a corner, and it's Kai Havertz who makes the difference with a header. Well, it's been really tough times for both teams trying to find a goal, and Chelsea are the ones who finally break the deadlock. So preseason over, we got a lot to think about with this team. Some of the youngsters impressed, as well as some of the mainstays in the team. So who will stay, who will go back out on loan, and who will Chelsea sign? Let's go and take a look at all of the transfer news. Well, after preseason's done, it is clear to me what this squad needs, and first up, it's time for a clean out. Zappacosta, Kennedy, Izzy Brown, Lucas Piazon, and Lewis Baker are all given an exit away from the club. Emerson is also sick of being back up to Chilwell and decides to take off for a starting position at Bayer Leverkusen. And finally, despite a decent loan spell and a pretty solid preseason, Batshuayi still just is not up to Chelsea standards, so he's sold off to Fiorentina for a good sum. And then finally, Billy Gilmore and Trevoh Chalobah are sent out on loan so they can keep growing as future talents. So at this point, we've thinned out our massive squad a little bit, but there's some drama unfolding in the team. For those of you that remember last season, Mateo Kovacic was unsettled and demanding that the club sign another Croatian so he could feel at home. But the board does not want to cater our signings to one player, so Kovacic went on the transfer list. And for a player of his caliber, there would surely be no shortage of top clubs in for him. But unfortunately for us, who else comes knocking but Manchester City? They have one of Kovacic's international friends, Paulo Versa, on the roster and would also allow him to keep playing at a high level in England. So the player was happy, and although I was against giving him to league rivals, the board wanted the unhappy player out of the dressing room, so they sent him off. Kovacic is off to Man City, and now we're left needing a replacement in midfield for him. So with all that said and done, I think we have 4 key areas to improve upon. First up is an attacking player. Despite the outstanding talent of Werner and Havertz, we have yet to see if Abraham can lead the line by himself, and Pulisic and Hudson-Odoi still have some growing to do. But we also have to replace Kovacic, Emerson, and Caballero with good players to fill the gaps in our team, so we gotta get right to work. And first up, I think we have to replace Kovacic. Now with Loftus-Cheek and Mason Mount looking to break into the first team, we need a good signing who won't block their progress. So I've targeted a few box-to-box center mids who are more the finished product than ones that need time to develop. I just want a stopgap for the next year who can be competition for some of our youth. But after spending big last season, we need to be a little smarter this time around, and a lot of my first choice targets were just too much. So in steps agent Timo Werner, who helps persuade his former RB Leipzig teammate Marcel Sabitzer to make the move to London, 83 overall, and he is going to be the perfect level of competition for Loftus-Cheek. Next up, it's an Emerson replacement, and the trouble here was getting a player willing to be second best to Chilwell, who is our surefire starter. Now we found our man in the exciting young Nuno Tavares. He tried to move to Bayern last year, but he got no minutes behind both Davis and Hernandez, but he still wants to try his hand at a top club competing for silverware, and we've promised him minutes in our cup games this season. So 2 signings out of the way, and next up is perhaps the most exciting yet. Now Caballero retired at the end of last year, leaving only Mendy and Onana as our goalkeepers, and with Onana's horrible form again in preseason, there's big concerns from the board about not having enough cover. So we've gotten someone to come in as a third keeper in case of this continued crisis, and that man is Petr Cech. Chelsea legend who has come out of retirement just like in real life to be cover for the Blues just in case. Definitely not expected to play a lot, but it's great to at least just see him in a Chelsea jersey again, and who knows if Onana continues his awful run of form, we'll have Cech to be the replacement just behind Mendy. So go check out the team at respectthejeff.com. You can see all of the detailed stats, including the new signings we just made, and see everything broken out by season 2. If you want to see more about the squad, you can go there, comment on who you'd like to see, and really our transfer business is not done yet, but we are going to move on a little bit with the season here. And N'Golo Kante is finally back from his long-term injury with him and Pulisic both in the squad. It's nice to have an injury-free squad for the first time in a long time. Loftus-Cheek has been in good form. He wants to start this next game, and it's a big one, guys. Liverpool in the Community Shield, our first chance at silverware for this season, and let's see if we can stand up to last season's champions. Alright, well there you have it. A huge image of Petr Cech hangs in the crowd. Chelsea fans excited to have him back in the team. He won't be featuring today, but we'll see if he can get some minutes this season here or there whenever we need a backup to Mendy if Onana can't step up to the plate. Chelsea looking to get a win here. It would be a big statement. I want us to be title challengers this season, and we have to do it against top teams like Liverpool, and let's see if we're capable of it here. Liverpool with a good early chance over the top, looking for Salah. That's going to be their game plan all day long. Chilwell sees it out, but it is a corner kick, and Liverpool with the first good chance of the game headed away. Top of the box here for Thiago, who hits it first time. Not too bad at all, but doesn't threaten the Chelsea goal too much. Liverpool pressing up really high, giving us a lot of trouble here early in the match. Declan Rice doing a fantastic job covering. Kante is back for that defensive midfield position, but he's not quite fit to start just yet, so Rice hangs onto the spot, and he's been making the most of his opportunities, looking good. Chelsea with a little bit of a foray into the Liverpool half now, and Werner goes down. Oh, Trent Alexander-Arnold gives away a penalty for Liverpool against the run of play, and Werner converts. Chelsea 1, Liverpool 0. We really haven't had much going at all except for that chance, but we're taking our chances when they matter. Timo Werner always going to finish from the penalty spot. He is so clinical, and we have the lead just like that. Liverpool still most of the possession and most of the chances, but we're defending well. Ball right in front of goal, and Mendy out there to grab it. Liverpool not giving up just yet, though. 37 minutes into the game. It's out wide with Mane, puts another ball in, bikes away. Oh my God, Chelsea hanging on here, but Liverpool keep it up in the second half. Sent away again. Can we hit them on the counterattack now? A little bit of a chance opening up. Ziyech plays through Havertz. No one quite ahead of him, but finds the return pass. Ziyech is through now, one-on-one with the keeper. Oh, fantastic challenge from Joe Gomez. Gets back and barely gets the bottom of his boot to that one. Chelsea almost making the most of a second opportunity there, although the Liverpool press catching us out time and time again. We're having a hard time playing out from the back like we like. A little bit more of a half chance than anything though. N'Golo Kante coming on, start getting his fitness up here in preseason. Declan Rice put in a real shift, keeping that Liverpool midfield quiet, or as quiet as we can at least. Upamecano does well to see the ball out there, but it is a free kick just at the edge of the box. Van Dijk with the dummy over it. Never thought he was going to take that. Iago Aspas has a shot at goal. Mendy sees that one out, and Timo Werner, a huge mistake there, trying to clear the ball, goes for the slide tackle instead. And now Salah steps up, and Mendy keeps it out. Well, how many times is our goalkeeper going to bail us out of situations like that? And again, cleared off the line. Well, Chelsea have no right to be maintaining a lead right now, but somehow we do. 20 minutes left, and Liverpool still throwing everything they have at us. No way! Edward Mendy keeping that one out. That is an absolutely world-class save out there to smother it. It was a point-blank shot, and Liverpool again failed to go ahead. This time the shot goes wide, and it's time for some subs now. A little more defensive-minded. A debut for Sabitzer, our new signing, and Abraham up top. If we can grab a second goal and put this game to bed with a little bit of pace on the counter from Abraham, we will do so. Another ball coming in from the corner. This time Mendy, safe hands to grab it, and with only 5 minutes left in the match, all we got to do is hang on here. Played out from the back as Piliqueta. Going forwards here. And those Liverpool legs just seem to be dead here. They've given it their all, running all match, and now Havertz in behind. Can we grab a second? Kai Havertz centers it. Sabitzer, oh, the first chance, his first touch of the ball in a Chelsea jersey was almost a goal, but it was blocked by the defense. Liverpool not giving up though here. Ball in the box, and it is finally converted. Iago Aspas finishes. Oh, broken hearts for Chelsea. You have to say it is well deserved from Liverpool, though. They've been the better team so far, and that is game. We're going to penalties now. Can Chelsea edge out Liverpool here? Timo Werner, first shot saved. Not a great start for us. Fabinho, can Mendy step up to this one? Yes, he can. Saved and out. Edward Mendy, fantastic stuff. Oh, and the chip from Havertz is saved. Too cheeky there on the attempt, but Mendy steps up again. Neither team able to score yet. Abraham finally converts the first shot of this shootout and then blasted wide by Aspas. That is uncharacteristic of him. Liverpool yet to hit a single shot, and as the captain finishes, the pressure is on. Finally converted by Wijnaldum. Now all we gotta do is finish this one. Marcel Sabitzer, new signing, steps up, puts it in the back of the net, and Chelsea take down Liverpool in dramatic fashion. The new signing gets the business done, coming on our new number 8, and he finishes off the penalty shootout. Chelsea edge out Liverpool. Maybe not the prettiest game you'll ever see, but we got the job done, and that's all that matters. Alright, well, not a bad way to start the season, taking down Liverpool to grab our first piece of silverware this season. And hey guys, if you've been enjoying this series, please consider subscribing. I'm trying to hit 10,000 subs by the end of the year, and I'll need your support to make that happen. But now we are on to the new event for the episode. Eden Hazard has publicly stated he wants a return to Chelsea after struggling the past 2 seasons at Real Madrid. The board wants us to sign him, the players want us to sign him, so we take to the market and let's see if we can make a deal happen here. Like I said earlier, Chelsea do not have a ton of money to spend after spending heavily on big names last year, so we're gonna have to get a reasonable price on him. The buyout clause is 200 million, but I'm looking more in the range of 90. We gotta get it done for under 100. So we start the offer at 90, but Real Madrid asking way too much. They want 160, and unfortunately, despite a little bit of negotiating, we could not get the deal done. So with the deal of Hazard falling through for the time being, it means we're on to plan B and plan C and D. Really, most of our targets are either too expensive or have already been taken. So with options limited, we turn to a bit of a polarizing signing, Wilfried Zaha. Now just hear me out on this one, guys. I promise it makes sense. He's a solid, proven quality player, but not really a superstar who we're afraid would block the growth of our youngsters like Abraham, Pulisic, or Hudson-Odoi. But he's a good player. He's been linked with Chelsea in real life, and he should offer some spark up top in the short term, which is perfect for us. Now, like I said before, this window is just about sensible signings to fill the gaps in our already good team, and this one just made sense. Now, in this save, Zaha was actually at RB Leipzig with our new signing Sabitzer, so Sabitzer and Werner were able to convince him of the project we're building at Chelsea and persuade the forward to make a return to England. So a pair of reasonable $45 million for the dynamic Leipzig duo means that Zaha and Sabitzer will be in Chelsea jerseys this season, along with our young left back Tavares and Chelsea legend Petr Cech. Really exciting stuff for this team. I am so happy with the team that we're building here. Now, our strategy here was not to go out and sign superstars. We already did that last year with Werner, Havertz, Ziyech, those types of players, and we just want to build on that foundation. I think we've done it. And we're asked right off the bat in our press conference what our goal is for this season, and I have to say, I think we're mounting a genuine title challenge here. We're gunning for the league, and I think we're building a squad to do it. That is our goal for this year, and let's see if we can make it happen. We're also asked some questions with the new signings, especially about Tammy Abraham and his spot in the team. Well, it's honestly a bit of a question. I don't know if he's capable of leading the line, but I'm going to give him every single chance this season. He's going to start the season. He'll be there in the first game against West Ham, and it's up to him to impress us here. So this is the team we start the season with. 3 up top, Werner, Abraham, and Havertz, the dynamic trio, and then just behind them, we have the creativity of Ziyech as more of an attacking midfielder to play in balls behind. Loftus-Cheek, a little more of a box-to-box player, and Declan Rice behind them to lock things down on defense, especially while Conte remains out and trying to get up to fitness. The back four that we saw all of last season, Chilwell, Zuma, Silva, and Azpilicueta, best defense in the league, and I expect that again from them this season. And Edward Mendy in outrageous form, stays in goal. Onana on the bench, continues to receive downgrades here after his horrible run of performances, but I will give him chances this season too. New signings Sabitzer and Zaha both make the bench. We might not see them this game as they get up to speed with our team tactics and all that sort of stuff. Pulisic also on the bench. We'll see who comes off. We'll see who we even need. Hopefully the starting 11 is enough to get the job done for now. This team finally starting to look balanced. Hopefully we can get the job done in the first game here and get a strong start to the season. West Ham up first and a return to the London Stadium. Well, it's a shame to not have the game audio for this episode. I'd love to hear Forever Blowing Bubbles, as we were familiar with from our time with West Ham in FIFA 20, but we got to get down to business here and get a win against the Hammers. Can we do it? Only time will tell, but Chelsea, like I said, are genuinely trying to mount a title challenge here, but we have to get results starting early in the season if that's to be possible here. Some of the teams in this division are ruthless this season. Loftus-Cheek in a hot run of form coming into the early stages of the season here, looking to crack a shot from distance. You like to see the confidence from him at least, although didn't trouble the goalkeeper too much, but Loftus-Cheek wins the ball back and finds Werner out wide, has to take a touch around his man. Game been a little sloppy so far. Jared Bowen, fantastic turnaround. Chilwell, and now West Ham in our direction. Aller Looking to play a ball through, and he finds Souček, looking for a shot. Well done by Thiago Silva, and again, that Chelsea defense standing up to the test. Like I said earlier, best defense in the league last season, and we're hoping we can pull that off again this season. And I think Thiago Silva is key to our plans here. Abraham played in behind, and it's a little too easy for Chelsea here. There you have it, Tammy Abraham. He takes his chance to the fullest, given the start here by Respect the Jeff, and he capitalizes with a goal to put Chelsea in front. The West Ham defense just sort of falling asleep there. Easy pass through, and then no one closing down, takes the shot from a tight angle. Great finish from our forward. That is what he excels in. Gotta do a little work on his hold-up play maybe, but we know he's good at that, running in behind. West Ham, ball given away by Loftus-Cheek. That's kind of poor. And now the Hammers looking in our direction. Souček, ball over the top, finds Aller in too much space, and he blasts it past the fingertips of Mendy. West Ham pull one back, and that is poor from Loftus-Cheek, who gave the ball away in the first place. Sloppy from our central midfielder. And now West Ham capitalizing on their little bit of run here in the game, and another shot coming in at Mendy, who makes the save. We're trying to turn the tides here, and again, just can't clear the ball away, although finally we do get it away. Kai Havertz using his pace to create a bit of space here. Oh, and again, it's just too easy for Chelsea, breaking the lines, and Tammy Abraham clean through on goal. As easy as you like, in the back of the net. Chelsea 2 just before the halftime whistle. West Ham 1. We're taking 3 points if results hold as they stand now. Chelsea looking to grab a third maybe and put this game to bed here in the second half. 85 minutes. Not a lot of action in the second half here. Abraham looking to sneak a ball through for the run of Werner in behind, but again blocked. West Ham defense actually looked pretty good outside of those 2 lapses in concentration. We have not been able to get too much going here, but we still do maintain the lead. Tammy Abraham waiting for a run in behind, and no one really making it. Loftus-Cheek in the box. Oh, that's a poor finish. You'd expect better from our central midfielder, who's in a lot of space, and now we just got to see this game out. Declan Rice with the ball far up the pitch, and Chelsea just passing it around. West Ham unable to close down, and we see it out a lot closer than I would have hoped for, but we take 3 points in the opening day of the season. A lot of good things to take away from the team, and with Conte still yet to come back into the starting 11, the team is only going to get better from here. Great stuff from Chelsea, great stuff from Abraham, and we move on. All right, well, a great start to the season, took down Liverpool, won our opening game of the season, and we got some tough games coming up next. It's going to be Newcastle and then 2 really difficult away matches, Manchester United and Arsenal, and it's really going to test us early in the season here. Do we have what it takes to really gun for the title this year? We'll find out. We made some good new signings, some more signings to come maybe next episode if we feel like we need it too. Let me know in the comments what you think. Go check out respectthejeff.com, link in the description. Let me know what you think of the team so far. I'll be back soon with next episode, but until then, I'm Respect the Jeff, and I'll see you next time.